All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow, and remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. Today, ladies and gentlemen, got a very special guest for you. Give you a couple of words about my guest. Music, talent, connections, passion. All the way from San Diego, as my man, Ron Burgundy would say. Man, everybody give it up for my man, Evsy. What's going on, Evsy?
Appreciate you having me, man.
Oh, man. No problem, dude. Hey, look here. I appreciate you being here, man. And, some of the words I use to describe you, we're going to talk about all that today. Now, the first word I used was music. Okay. Now, you are a writer, also hip hop artist. But
yes,
hold on, though, ladies and gentlemen. Back up. Not just any type of hip hop artist now. Okay. You got a new single out called Imagine This. Now, let's just speak on the single first, then I'll just go into the little nugget details later. But
perfect.
Come on and holler at me about this Imagine This.
So it was a summer ago. Every summer I go, I work out with my brother, my brother Norman Powell, and it's just kind of ironic. Like every time something big happens for him, I'm always in the car. You know what I'm saying? So he ends up getting a call from, I believe, one of his higher ups. He gets the call from. Mm-hmm. It's basically saying that N1 wanted to sign him, for a shoe deal. Mm-hmm. So, me coming up, me sitting in the car, I'm sitting back like, yo, this can't be serious. I grew up playing video games, and I'll always be like, you create players, and you always want to get that shoe deal for your player and stuff. So just to be in that environment and be in that moment with him was it was humbling for me to be a part of that, and I just feel like it was a surreal feeling. So. Me being the artist that I am, I was like, yo, like I literally got off this Zoom call with 3 months later, he calls us. He's like, yo, N1 wants you guys to be a part of creating a shoe. So I'm like, wait, what? He like, yeah, like they want you guys to create a shoe. We're gonna call it the Day One shoe. I'm gonna give you guys full creative control to make the shoe. So I'm like, this is not serious. Like, this is not a serious thing. So. It turns out it was serious. We ended up getting on a Zoom call with N1. We all, it was six of us in our group. We all got to have full creative control into making the shoe. The day after the Zoom call, I sit down with my producer and I'm like, yo, some crazy stuff just happened yesterday. I want to make a song about it. Like, people need to hear it. They need to hear about it. They need to know exactly what we experienced.
Right.
And that's exactly what we did. So the very next day I went to the studio. Me and my producer, Wonder Kid, we created the song. It took us about, I would say about 4 or 5 hours. Okay. And after we created the song, like we created everything from scratch, from the beat, from the sounds. Like I literally got when I make all my music, I create everything. Like, yo, I like that sound. I don't like that sound. So I get to have full creative control of my music with my producer. But we ended up making a song. When the song is complete, I'm sitting back and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Like, this is a smash. So I was going to end up calling the song New Deal. But I was like, that's kind of cliche. Right. So I was like, oh, I think calling it Imagine This is, it just better suits itself, because I used to play ball, coming up. And when you're young and any athlete around the world, or just anybody who's just working to become something, yeah. You dream of being part of stuff like that. And it's only, to me, it was like only something that you can imagine. Like, you imagine to be a part of something like that when you're young. You know what I'm saying? And when it happened, I was like, I gotta call this song Imagine This, because it's I literally used to imagine it, but now it's our reality. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I called the song Imagine This. Yeah.
Hey man, look. Now, first of all, let me just say that's a hell of a story, man, because like I can only imagine, okay, first and foremost, you chilling in the car. Oh, okay, he get the call, like, oh, what? Shit,
yeah.
What? Okay. Hey, big bro, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah. And
like, a little time go by, I need you to do the song and make the commercial. And whoa. I was in here doing something else. What?
That's not even how it happened though. Like he calls me. He's like, yo, this is, he got traded to Portland. He calls me and he's like, yo, I need you to come out to Portland and one wants to do a photo shoot and then want the guys to be a part of it. So I'm thinking like, yo, like I'm just purely going out there to support, bro. I'm not. It's me. It's never about me. I'm always take care of myself. But it's just like him want me to be there. I was like, I gotta be there. So I went. Excuse me. As soon as I get there, we were setting up and everything, and they're like, yo. They asked Norm. They're like, yo, do you have a preference in music you want to listen to? Norm, he looks at me like, yo, play your music, bro. I'm thinking he talking about like my playlist on Apple Music or something. He like, no, play your tape. Because, he hasn't heard my tape yet, so he wanted to hear it was just humbling for me to be like, yo, we're in this big warehouse. Oh, man. I get, we at his photo shoot, and he wants to hear my tape while he shoots. I end up playing the tape. I ended up playing a couple songs off the tape. Mm-hmm. And I had walked out of the room for a second, and I walked back in, and the directors of N1, or the N1 commercial, come up to me and they're like, yo, let me ask you a question. I'm like, what's going on? It's like, the last 3 songs you played, who was that? I'm like, that was me. And it was like, no way. Like, we thought that was Drake. Like, I'm telling you, this is their exact words. Like, we thought this was Drake. Look. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, that's me. And it's like, yo, man, your music is amazing. So that was before I played Imagine This. So on the 4th song, I played Imagine This. And once I played that, the head guy that shot the commercial was like, yo, he came up to me. He was like, yo, this song right here will be perfect for his commercial. Can we use the song? I looked at Norm like, I mean, you got to ask him. If he cool with it, I'm cool with it. And Norm was like, you know what? That's what it's all about, man. That's what we here for. And from there, it just took off, and I haven't looked back since, man. So I'm definitely humbled, and I'm just blessed and grateful to be a part of something like that.
Look, dude, for real. So the words I use: music, talent, connections, passion. I mean, man, if that story don't combine all that, I don't know what does. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's amazing how that happened. And look,
sure,
like I said, like I've seen some of the snippets, on Instagram and all that. So, look, man, no, it's dope. Balling like Lou Will, got the shoe deal, yes. Man,
yes, we got a shoe deal.
We got a shoe deal. Benjamins are my only friend, y'all. Okay, y'all got to understand. No, no, man, real dope. And like I said, I've been peeping it, I've been checking it out, and I just think it's wonderful, man, how everything's going along for you. So, but now let's still speak on it for a second, man. Like, you're like. The musical influence, I was like looking into your bio, man, and your mom plays a heavy part of your musical influence. Let's speak on that a little bit.
It's a great question, man. I grew up, man. I grew up a basketball player, but like it was something about my mom. I used to wake up every day. She just always had the hits playing, like in the car, in the house. I grew up like I feel like I'm an old soul, so she would always have the old school jams playing before I would go to bed. Like I will always try to put on. We have a radio station out here called 92.5, and they play all old school jams. And I will always go to sleep listening to 92.5. Just listening to like Evsy Brothers, Joe.
Yep.
I mean, it's so many guys I grew up listening to. Right. And I just feel like I used to always be like, yo, like this is music. Like I wish I could be in the studio with Evsy Brothers back then when they was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, once I got to college and started playing ball, I realized that I wasn't going to the NBA. I just wasn't passionate about it. Like I wasn't passionate enough like I used to. Like I used to be.
Right.
I started falling out of love with basketball my freshman year of college because I had a coach who he was hard on me. He was super, super hard on me. And at the time, I didn't know how to handle it because I was coming off of a high school team where we was ranked number 7 in the nation. And I got there and I was playing like a minute a game. And I didn't realize that he was trying to put me through the ringer to add value to me, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And you know, from there, I just was like, you know what, I don't want to play ball no more. If I want to make music, and I realized that if I'm going to do music, I gotta really, really do it. So it's either music or it's basketball, and I chose music, and I just feel like that was a huge influence from my mom, because she instilled it in me since I was a kid, and it's always been stuck with me. My grandma, before my grandma passed away, she told me that when I was younger, I would always be singing songs and stuff. And before my grandfather passed away as well, he told me and my grandfather, we was never really close, but before he passed away, my mom had showed him some music. And I went to go see him like a week before he passed. I think like 2 weeks before he passed. And the last words to me that he told me was, "Yo, your mom showed me your music." He said, "I don't really listen to hip hop. I don't really listen to rap." He said, "But music that you're making, I really think you got something." And he said, "Be careful who you hang out with, and be careful who you hang around, because you know some stuff can happen if you don't surround yourself around the right people." So again, my grandfather, he was a huge dancer. He would always every family party, every family barbecue, he was always the life of the party. He was always, so to me it's just in me. Right. Literally, it's like this music stuff is in me, and I can never give it up. So I think my mom is definitely a big influence on the reason why I love music today.
Hey man, big ups to mom for real. Because, you know, like seriously, man, as I sit up here and I listen to you, you know, like I can relate, man, like, you know, and I think like, man, I'm just gonna keep it real. A lot of us in the African American community, man, we go to sleep on melodies, man. Either it's like to take a nap in the middle of the day, or, you know, going to sleep at night. You need certain types of music to put you in that relaxed mood. And man, look, I'm here in Chicago, man. We got like 2 stations, and I can remember as a kid, like, look, yeah, I'm gonna play this station right here because I know, man, like in another 30 minutes, I'm gonna be out.
Exactly.
Like I'm gonna be asleep. But I mean, man, like as you said, those grooves, like all those things get embedded in you, and you know, as you go through life, man, like, hey, you know. Okay. And as you said, the Isley brothers, like Joe, I mean, even like Joe the C Boys, man, all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that plays a part in like true musical talent. And that's why one of the words I used was passion. Because, you know, man, look, it's one thing to want to make music and then just be out here just putting music out just for the sake of, you know, putting out music. But when you're passionate about it, everything's for, you know, a cause, it's a thing. Like, I mean, man, like it's a method to the madness, you know, almost in the sense, you know, you just not out here like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm just gonna put it out here. No, man, like I'm gonna move it along, you know, in the process. So that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Now, you hinted on something a little bit earlier, you know, and I just want to speak on that for a little bit. About playing college ball. As you said, man, after your freshman year, I'm not really feeling this, you know, but I mean, man, you go through, you know, college, play, you know, your college ball, but now, you know, just like talking to athletes and just knowing, you know, student athletes and things of that nature, man, like I know at some point it comes to, you know, a point like, hey, I need to, am I going to continue what, you know, I thought I really wanted, or man, am I just going to go a whole nother direction? And, you know, that can be tough, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you don't want to feel as if, you know, people want to label you, you gave up, you quit, you like, you know, trash. Like, nah, bro, it ain't even like that. Y'all don't even understand because y'all just on the outside looking in. Y'all don't see what I see. Y'all don't know what I know. You know what I'm saying? Those who do, understand. Those who don't, man, you already know that's, dude, you might as well talk to the wall and expect from the wall, bro.
For sure.
For real.
Sure.
But man, like, but as I said, that passion, you're already doing the music. And then, man, like the light, oh, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, man, I gotta go like, man, it's all in or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And okay, where we at now? You know what I'm saying? So that, look, I talk about making executive decisions at critical times. That, sir, is an executive decision, you know, because You could have easily been like, all right, I might come back to that music stuff in a minute. I'm just gonna give it one more shot.
Yeah.
No. I'm finna go do this because this is what's in me. This is what I know. Man, I ain't even got to worry about all that. And you mentioned 2 words from earlier when you were talking about the and one deal. Creative control.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, I've talked to dozens of musical artists. Okay, I know plenty of people in the music industry. Those 2 words, man. So look, I had this conversation, and I would like your opinion on it. When people talk about classic albums, when artists put out so-called classic albums, you know what I always say? Well, yeah, you know why that's a classic album? They've been sitting on that material for like years. They've been sitting on it for years.
Yes, sir.
Been sitting for years, and man, finally got a chance. And now listen, they probably didn't even play you all like the bangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just what, people were like, hey, you know what, man, I know you got material. We just gonna push this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But after that first album is considered a deemed classic, and then when it's time for that second album to come around, well, Easy, yeah, I know you got, we were balling, but how about we go in and see, and now you're taking away. No, creative control, bro. Creative control. Yeah. And I think that's what's dope about all this, man. Like the fact that you had creative control. And this is going to take you far. That's going to take you far, bro. Like, man, no questions asked. That's going to take you far. That's what's up.
Yeah. Ultimately, man, I think, man, in anything that you're doing in life, it's like, you got to make sure, it's like, you got to be the creative force of everything you're doing. Or you're going to be miserable because you got to listen to what somebody else wants you to do.
True.
I worked multiple jobs, and it was just like, I was just to sit back and I'm like, I'm coming. This is where I stopped working. I stopped working jobs and started I had to re-look myself in the mirror. Like, yo, I'm really coming to work every day working for somebody that I'll never meet. And that right there was a turning point in my life. Right there. That right there was like, I'm coming to work every single day for a CEO that I never meet, that I'll never meet. I want to be the CEO. I want to be CEO, and I feel like that was my turning point, was understanding the fact of you can be somebody who's working 40 years and you'll be okay, like, you'll just be getting by, which is not, is that what you want? That's what you want. I'm not knocking it at all. But it's all about understanding what you want. And I know that what I want is an abundance of success. You know what I'm saying? And success is not just money. You know what I'm saying? Like, success is it could be anything. Like Bob Marley said, what is rich? What is, like, it ain't just about being rich. That's just the plus. You know what I'm saying? I want to be internally and externally happy. And music does that. Being the creator of my own destiny is happiness for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like I'm at where I'm at. And I don't have a $1 million deal. But like, I know I'm gonna get it. Why? Because I wake up every day and I tell myself I'm gonna get it. Why? Because I got creative control. I got creative control to tell myself you can get it. I don't have to answer to nobody and be like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. I look at some people and they try to tell me what to do, and I'm like, well, at your age where you're at, I don't want to be where you're at. So how can I listen to you? Now, I can learn a couple of things from you for sure, but ultimately, you got to surround yourself around people who, where they're at 56, wherever. You got to surround yourself around people that you see yourself being like that when you're 56. My brother, I don't even want to talk about him because we all know about him. It's all about me, right? But I surround myself. Somebody told me, if you're the biggest person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. And that's what changed. And that's literally the epitome of Easy. I surround myself around people that I can learn from and that I want to be like. And that's the only reason why I'm at where I'm at.
And that's, hey, look here, man, for real. Hey, look, you know, people try to talk about a communication gap, or no, not a communication gap, but like people try to talk about a generation gap between young and old. Like, they don't know what they doing. Y'all too old. Honestly, I don't even think it's like a generational gap. I think it's a communication breakdown. And you just spoke on some key points, man. And especially like, man, look, let me just ask, like, you're an independent artist, man. Okay?
Yeah.
You know what you do. You know what you do from the time you get up, man, put your clothes on, go out, go throughout your day, go to bed, go to sleep. All right? You know what it is that you do. But there are people on the outside that have no inkling at all that would never, man, dude, they will never touch a pen to write verses. They will never push buttons to make beats. They will never go digging to sample. They won't do any of these things at all. But what they will do, and what they got plenty of time for, man, Easy, you know this and I know this, they got plenty of time to tell you what the hell you really should be doing. You know what I'm saying? So let me just ask. I know you could think of like a million of them. I just need one. What is the biggest, or in your eyes, what's like at the top of the list for people, like they get it, like, man, dude, they have this misconception about being an independent artist. In your opinion, what is at the top of that list?
Misconception to being an independent artist. I would say fear, bro. Fear. Simple as that. Fear. Now, why? Because it's like, you can, if somebody's willing to come and offer you $5 million, $10 million, whatever it is, that's because they see value in you. They see value in what you're trying to do, right? Mm-hmm. So if somebody's willing to come offer me 5, 10, but they don't give me full creative control to do what I want to do, I'm not signing that deal. Period. On top of that, I know that if you can offer me 5 or 10, I know I can go get 20 because I'm a hustler, and that's just what we do.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, I think the biggest misconception is fear, bro. Like people fear to fail. Like, I failed so many times trying to do this stuff. Like, I've been rapping for 10 years. My cousin is over here, standing here with me right now. Mm-hmm. I've been rapping for how many years? Like 13 plus years. And me and him, like, we didn't make a song for probably 7 years straight. We just made a song like a couple weeks ago. Like, amazing song. But that's because we've been doing this since we was 13. So I don't know, man. It's like, people gotta get rid of the fear, man. I'm not afraid to fail. I've been in this game, not in the game, but I've been in this grind, I should say. Yeah. I've been in this grind for 10 years plus, bro. And it's like, I'm just now starting to like get opportunities. Like, I've never sat on the phone and had people wanting to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Never. Like, this is only my second interview ever.
Word.
Or second one ever. But like, you know, I've had a couple practice runs, but it was never nothing serious like this. And like I said, I'm just very blessed and grateful that I got people like you. I'm in San Diego, you're in Chicago. Like, we on 2 different sides of the map. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow. Like, if I would have quit, this would have never happened. You know what I'm saying? If I would have been fearful, this would have never happened. If I would have been like, yo, you know what, mom, you want me to go work at FedEx? I'm gonna go work at FedEx. Like, this would have never happened. You know what I'm saying? So people have to, if you want to be an artist, and not even just an artist, but anything that you want to do in life, change the misconception of being fearful and just wake up every day and say, yo, I'm finna be successful in whatever it is, water polo. If you're going to be the most successful computer geek, whatever it is, like, bro, go hard. I wake up every day. It's another thing. It was 3 summers ago when Norman Powell first signed his contract deal.
Right.
$42 million. Right then and there, you good. You ain't got to do nothing else. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to do nothing else. After he signed that $1 million deal, the whole summer we working out. We getting up 3 times a day working out. 6 in the morning, come back home, eat breakfast, take a quick nap. Now we go in the weight room, come back home, take a nap. Now we doing Pilates. or whatever it is. You know, it's like that's another thing that changed my mindset was like, yo, like if he just signed $42 million deal and he's still grinding like this, what's my excuse?
There is none. There is no excuse. At the end of the day, there is no excuse.
Okay.
So man, let's just, talk about this clothing line. All right, now you into fashion now. All right, man. How did all that come about?
To be honest, man, again, my career, we used to be in 7th, 8th grade. Like, we used to paint on shirts and go to school. Like, you remember that? You remember that, Moss? We used to go to school. We used to airbrush it. But we used to do all type of stuff. And I just feel like, I just always had the fashion in me to where I was 8th grade, 7th grade creating shirts. And at the time, it was probably terrible, It's looking at us like, yo, like, I love it. And I just feel like, from then on, it's just like, it's always been in me, man. So
right.
To me, people think fashion is like Gucci. They think fashion is, right. I gotta have designer. I got that stuff too, but that's not fashion. Like I can go to a thrift store, get a shirt. I can go to H&M, get some $20 jeans. I can go to Zara and get some shoes. I can get some $20 shoes. Go out, and I'll be flyer than a dude with the whole Gucci suit on. You hear me? So
it's true.
Yeah, it's you. So it's the aura you give off. So to me, I think fashion just always been in me, man. And when I was balling in college, I went to I had left my first school in college. I went to my second school, which is Consumers River College in Sacramento. Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I went there and I was over basketball, man. I went to school. I got all Fs, bro. And I was just like, you know what? I gotta figure something out. I'm gonna be out here looking bad. So, I always knew that, I look at guys like Bill Gates and guys like that, like, Tyler Perry, those type of guys, like, yeah, they didn't, Bill Gates dropped out of, I believe so. I think I'm right, but he didn't he dropped out of school, right?
He didn't finish college, man. Yeah, he didn't. All those guys you're naming didn't finish school. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm like, that's where I was like, you know what? If they can do it, why can't I? So, like I said, I've always been in fashion. I'm like, you know what? Let me start a brand. I went to Sacramento. My uncle, he would always say, like, at the time, my name was TBK. My artist name was TBK, and that's the Beat Killer. That's when I was first. And I just knew that I knew that wasn't it. So I would always hear my uncle say, like he would, after every sentence, he would be like, easy. Like he would just say easy every time. And I'm like, oh, that's fly. Like I never heard that before. And I feel like that just best describe me. Like I feel like everything I do is easy. You know what I'm saying? Like from my lowest moments in my life, from the highest moments in my life, I just feel like no matter what I try to do, if it's basketball, if it's music, if it's clothing, if it's talking to a chick, if it's getting the flyest chick in the room, if it's being the flyest in the room, I just feel like it's easy for me to do. So that's why I named myself Easy, and that's why I named my brand Easy. And to go further into detail about it, I had a friend who asked me, I like your brand. I think it's dope, but what does easy mean? And at the time, I'm like, it's self-explanatory. But he's like, nah, bro, that ain't a good answer. Like, when people ask you, they're going to want a real answer. Mm-hmm. So I had to go back to the drawing board. I'm like, you know what, you're right. And I just broke it down to the simplest form of, if you wake up every day and you tell yourself, man, it's just hard, man. I can't do it. I can't accomplish this, man. It's impossible for me. That's what it's going to be, right? Now, if you wake up every day and you tell yourself it's easy, even when it's not, even if it's the hardest task ever, if you tell yourself it's easy, eventually it'll become easy. Eventually, you just got to stay at it. So that's what my brand is about. It's about waking up every day, changing the perspective of, oh, it's too hard. I can't obtain it. It's not accessible for me. Just saying, no, it's easy. I can do it. I took one of my, I love going house watching. I go look at mansions all the time. I drive around for 3 hours, 4 hours. I just look at mansions, like houses I see myself in. And I took one of my friends one time. She's a little older. She's like about 32, 33. I took her to go see a house watch for me one day. And she said something to me that stuck with me. And she was like, yo, these houses are beautiful, but too bad. It's too late for me. I'll never get it. I'm like, huh? Like,
Mm-mm.
What? Like, but that again, to piggyback on what I just said, it's the change. It's the changing of the perspective of what you put out into the universe. If you're telling yourself you gonna get that house, you ain't gonna get that house. If you tell yourself I'm gonna get that house, I'm gonna get that house, and that's what Easy is about, man. That's what my brand is. That's what we standing on. Wake up every day and tell yourself it's easy until it becomes easy.
I love it, dude. I love, man. First of all, I just love that mindset, because, I can relate totally to you, like I had left Chicago. I moved out to LA. I was out there for like 2.5 years. Every day,
yeah,
I'd go out on this fire escape, man. And I would just sit out on the fire escape and look out into the hills. And like, man, I used to have this neighbor every day come by like, why you always sit out here and look? Why you always sit out here and look? I'm like, cause that's where I'm gonna live, dude. Like I'm gonna have a crib out there. And I need to see where my crib's gonna be overlooking when, because I may get up in the middle of the night, I may want some champagne, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And man, while I'm sitting there sipping, I want to look to the side to be like, yeah, I came from there, but now I'm here,
Yeah.
So I told you, hey, bro, I get it, man. I get it. It's a mindset. Not everybody has it. And look, you hit on it earlier, man. Like who you surround yourself with that's going to determine a lot. And anything you want to do, whether it be music, whether it want to, fashion, sports, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like who you surround yourself with says a lot about you and a lot about where you're going. So
yeah,
easy. So now look, man, if people like, want to get, man, some, pieces, like some shirts, some like, fly gear, from Easy or whatever, how can people get in contact with you? What's the social media websites and all that good stuff? So tell us how we can get in contact with you.
Right now, I've been building my website for like 3 years now. I honestly, I just been procrastinating on it because I feel like I got to focus on one thing before I can focus on the next. Yeah. And I had to, me right now, what needed to be focused on was an album. And my album is complete now. Now I'm ready to get the brand off and going. So, I kind of missed the summer drop. So I think what I'm gonna work on next is what's the next season? Is it spring? Fall, exactly. So I'll probably work on a fall drop. But right now I'm still doing personal orders. So you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is Evsy or nothing. The EVSY is easy, but you get it. You'll get it once you see it. But hit me up on Instagram. I'm very receptive to answering people that need any type of gear from me. But ultimately, my main focus right now is the music. So until my website is up, I won't be promoting the clothing too much. But we got that in the back burner for sure. I still do a couple personal orders for people. If you got some shoes that you need a shirt or you need a hoodie for, I'll make something for you. But ultimately, you got to have a lot of capital to push a clothing brand. I've been doing a lot of trial and error. I'm saying I done lost a lot. I done made some. So we just got to get to a point to where the capital works for itself. So.
Okay. Well, look, man, seriously, your mindset and the way you've been doing things, I know it won't be too long before that happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, easy. All right. So
yes.
Even when it's hard, it's easy.
Easy.
It's never difficult. It's always easy. So that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So now, man, as far as this music though, like, where can we get this music, man? You streaming where?
I'm on every platform: Apple Music, Spotify. You just look me up, EVSY. It's my artist name as well. I got three or four songs out on Apple Music and every streaming platform right now. Mm-hmm. My album will be out my album is already complete, but it will be out at the end of July or maybe mid-July.
Okay.
Be on the lookout for it. I did want to tell you though, something that you said earlier kind of stuck with me is that when you make a classic album, it's something that you've been working on for a minute. And I just want to let people know that I've been working on this album for 2.5 years. So I could have dropped the album 3-4 years ago, but I know I had to wait until I found my sound, I found my voice, I found my niche, and we ready. So, just understand that when you hear this album, that it ain't something that I put together in a month. It ain't something I put together in 2 weeks. Like, I've been working on this album for 2.5 years, and I really feel like I found my sound, I found myself, I found my producer, I found my videographers. I just shot a crazy video in Miami with my brothers. So be on the lookout for that in the next couple of weeks as well. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, man, this month you will get an album from me, and I promise that's my word.
That's what's. Hey, look, it's come together, y'all. Y'all heard it, man. Look, y'all heard him now. Okay, it's come together. He's found his voice. Y'all don't really understand like how like monumental that is. So
yeah.
When an artist finds their voice, like when they finally like arrive, man, and now they have the team together, like, okay, yeah, like, man, this person has what I like, this person has what I like. Okay, like I have the team. Now we're about to form like Voltron. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it is now. All right, now, man, we out here now. Ain't nothing y'all can do because we already out here now. So that's what's up. Mid-July to late July, you say?
Yep.
That's what's up. All right. Now, easy, man. Look, we've been sitting up here vibing, man. It's been a vibe. All right. Like, yes, I mean, sir. I'm liking everything, that's, man, everything that you talking to us about, man, dropping this transparency, man, just about, self and the game,
Yeah.
But we've arrived at our last question, the question that my show is known for, so I have to present it to you. Easy.
Perfect.
What is the one word that best describes you and why?
Esoteric.
Ooh,
esoteric.
Come, man, look, man.
Esoteric.
Wait a minute. Hold on, man. Okay. First of all, you can't be saying words like that, and then people gonna be hitting me up like, Ty, I don't know what he said, bro. Hey, so you gonna have to break that down.
For sure.
I love it.
I was getting a tattoo. I was getting a tattoo on my leg, and I was looking up other words, man. I was like trying to figure out what other word I can get on me. And I ran across esoteric, and I was like, yo, this word best describes me. And what I read on it was just basically that it's to be understood by a certain amount of people with a certain level of thinking, or the same level of thinking as you. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, when you hear my album, you're really only understand it if you got the same level of thinking of where I'm at. Mm-hmm. If you don't, you gotta figure something out, man, because I feel like I'm out this world right now. But esoteric, man, I feel like that's my next tattoo. That's the name of my album as well. Esoteric. Like I said, it's just to be understood by a certain amount of people with the same level of thinking as you.
Hey, man, I love it, dude.
Let me know if I hit that on a note.
No, hey, man, brother, you, man, look, as you just said, for those who understand on a certain level, we don't have to explain. For those who don't understand on a certain level, man, look, I'm gonna drop it in my credits, so y'all can go look it up. All right, no offense.
Perfect.
Man, keeping it moving.
But you don't understand, you won't understand.
I mean, if you ain't gonna, like, there's nothing I can tell you to make you understand, so you don't have to figure that out on your own. But no, hey, look here, man. My word for you, man, dude, like, fighter. Or let's just go.
What was it out here?
Warrior.
Okay.
You know like what I'm saying? Like, man, dude, like, because it takes that mindset, like, look, man, I got to fend off all this stuff over here. People in my ear about, what I should be doing on this here. Man, look, this person over here in my ear about me getting this here, man, look, I ain't trying to, man, dude, like, man, move, you know what I'm saying? People like, well, maybe you should do this with your life, or da-da-da-da-da. Man, look, I ain't got time for that. Y'all got to get to the back, you know what I'm saying? And to fight through all that, first of all, tenacity, all right? So, I mean, because you got to be tenacious, dude. Like, I mean, you just really, as I said before, passion. I talked about passion. Okay, like, man, like, you don't go through this if you're not passionate about it.
What's up?
Okay, and sometimes, man, to be passionate about it, you have to fight.
Yeah.
And that's just real. You know what I'm saying? And that's in anything that you're doing. It doesn't, necessarily apply to music. That applies to everything in life,
Yeah.
So as you said, you were talking about the young lady, you all were looking at mansions and things, and she's 32. I'm way older than that, but I already know in my mind, oh yes, I'm living next door to Rick Ross. I ain't even trying to like get none of them thighs from Wingstop though. But man, like it's all good, you know what I'm saying? But that's where I see myself, like, man, like, Jose, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want none of that chicken, though.
Why not? Why not?
Why not? Why not? Why not? I mean, if you can like dream it, you can't achieve it. So,
hey, anything man-made is obtainable. I say it again. Anything man-made is obtainable. So you can tell yourself it's not possible to get it. If somebody can make it, you can get it. You hear me?
Come on. Hey, look here. We just only over here speaking the real to y'all. That's all, But look here, bro. I definitely appreciate this, man. And I appreciate you, like, man, coming on the platform, dropping these gems, giving us an insight, to, you and your world and everything. Man, big up to you. Much success. Stream, ladies and gentlemen. Man, stream Imagine This. Man, likes, all that good stuff on all platforms. Stream it. Man, over 100 million streams. That's what we're looking for. Okay?
That's what we're looking for. Yes, sir.
We'll take a million, but man, can we get 100 million? You know what I'm saying?
Hey. Yo, big shout out to you for, having me on here. I know yesterday I wasn't able to get on. Had a lot going on. I was on a 2-week trip, man, but I appreciate you not judging me and letting me get back on here today.
Brother.
I think what you're doing is amazing, man, and much success to you. I know you'll be next door to Rick Ross soon, and I'm gonna be next door to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
oh, come on, dude. We all gonna be neighbors, man. Look, we ain't eating them thighs, though, bro. We ain't gonna eat them thighs, bro.
Hey, I'm sticking to the wings. Hey, my cousin had the thighs though. He said they was decent.
Hey, let me pepper garlic parmesan.
He said they was decent. Hey, look though. Hey, make sure when we get over here, you hit me up on the gram. I want to make sure I stay in contact with you. I think the energy is amazing. I know I can learn a lot from you. Let's make sure we stay in contact.
Hey, bro, look here. Man, say less. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Word with Ty Brownlow. I've been your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. You can follow me all social media platforms at Word with Ty Brownlow. Or you can just go to my website, tybrownlow.com. Man, y'all definitely getting this gospel right here. Y'all gonna get this. But I got a whole bunch of other, interviews on there that you really need to listen to. It's informative content. Please like and share. Brother Easy, I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you having me, man. Shout out to what you're doing. Keep it going.
Man, no problem. We out, y'all. Peace.
Hey, shout out to Katrina, too, for making all this happen.